Why did that happen?
I don't know. Is it not? Is it on or off?
That shouldn't happen. Why has that happened? Why has lights come on? I haven't switched anything on. Looks like we have a leak. This is why this might blow up.
Okay, cool.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So we're Andy and Sophie, and in this episode we're going to be tackling all that electrical stuff, all the blue Victron cool things such as B2B and solar power charging. It doesn't all go to plan. These things never go to plan. You should know that by now if you've been watching our other episodes, but we've got a lot to get stuck into, so let's get to it. Oh, here we go again. Another van build. Another catastrophe in the making? No, it's not going to be that bad, is it? So here we've parked up in Wicks and we've measured up the kitchen unit. We felt now was the right time to buy a worktop, despite the fact that we're not really ready to fit the worktop. Let's go and have a gander anyway and see what we can find.
Welcome to Wicks. So we were looking at the natural oak worktop, which we kind of do want. What? Yeah, we're going to go home and look online. That rules that out today.
Yeah, £270. We ended up going home, going online, and we bought the same sort of worktop, around about £100 from Worktop Express. But on the way home, we actually got caught in this massive thunderstorm. I mean, if ever there's going to be a test for the van and it being waterproof, now was the time. I'll show you what happened here.
This is dangerous, man.
This
like this.
is... You can't go on the motorway on this. Oh my god.
Oh no, leak.
Is there?
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah. Looks like we have a leak. Let's look up here. You can see water.
Oh yeah.
Yep, classic. Never mind. Thought we were over the water leaks, to be honest, but there you go. These things happen, I suppose. And I decided I'm going to tackle that water leak a little bit later in the video.
So now that the kitchen units are complete, we can start building around it. So what I want to do, this from the floor is going to be a bottom cupboard and an upper cupboard. We're then going to put, obviously, to block the garage bit off. So that needs to be a piece of wood that goes around here. But what I've been thinking is actually I need to sort out the electrics before I start building any more to make sure that all the cables are in the right place. So I've put up my board here, which I'm going to carpet, or I think Sophie's going to try and carpet that for me. And then I'm going to start working out where I put the electrics and then start getting cables routed around here. Equally, I've got this stuff that I'm going to basically wrap around from the bottom here all the way back across the garage here, and then through to the kitchen, so that the sink is going to have hot and cold. So yeah, lots to think about. So I'm really at that stage now where I don't really want to start building any more big objects in here. I think now that I've got the cornerstones in, showers in, kitchen bits in, yeah, I think I need to make sure cabling is spot on now, because yeah, reversing it after that point is going to be quite a challenge. So what are you doing, Soph?
Carpeting the the board where all the electrical stuff's going to go, so that it looks nice, basically.
I'm still not sure about the carpeting bit, but I'm just going to do it anyway.
No, yeah, as in, will it catch fire?
Yeah, that's the concern. But I've seen other people do it,
yeah.
And I just have to put some protective around the heat stuff.
Yeah. One carpeted electric board. Done.
I'm just basically going to do it a bit at a time. So I'm starting with the solar isolator first. As you can see, I've just got the holes in it now. Put some rubber grommets in, just to keep the cables from, rubbing and then breaking against like quite rough plastic. In the middle of trying to get everything cabled up here, I've got a visitor. I'm kind of stuck. I'm too kind. Can't get her off me. I feel mean. So I bought the isolator switch off of eBay, which I guess is always questionable, isn't it? But it's one that other van videos have been using and seem to have good reviews, so hopefully it's all okay. I've got the positive going into number 1, negative into number 3, sorry. Where this gets confusing is that you kind of would think that you'd go down and then put your other wire down here. It's going to go to my MPPT solar controller, but actually no, it's not. It should be 1 goes to 2 and then 3 goes to 4. So actually they're at opposite ends. So the solar is now wired in, so that's coming straight from the solar panels on the roof. They're obviously not connected on the roof, hence there's no power going through here. And now I've put wires in here that goes into the solar controller. These wires at the moment do look, obviously, that they're not very tidy at this point, you know. What I'm trying to do though is work out where I put stuff and how long wires need to be. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna start putting holes in so that I can start tucking some of this wire behind and out through. On the inside of here, because this is obviously a pull-away panel, keep it nice and tidy on the back, which makes it nice and tidy at the front, and then cables will all be safe, but also the cables will be easily accessible because I could just disconnect this.
So now that I knew where I was going to be placing all my electrics, I've got a really good idea on where all the wires need to go, which means I could now router out all the holes that were needed. Sophie's kindly recarpeting the whole electric board for me. So now we're really cooking on gas.
Here's one I made earlier. Look at it, it's a masterpiece.
Work of art.
Various holes for various things.
Much better.
Do the job.
Much better.
Right, sat in the back of the van in the garage, working on the electrics. Of course, I'm doing all of it. We are putting the earth wire cable to the chassis of the van through a hole that Andy's drilled, and yeah, it looks good. I have no idea. I'm just here for moral support, really. I do actually help more than I make out. I always try and say that I don't, but I actually do quite a lot. But the electrics is not something that I know anything about. I mean, Andy didn't either. He's learnt all of it, but my theory is there's no point both of us learning this knowledge because we only need one person to know, so I'll let him do it. Let me just show you what it looks like. So you can see down here there is a cable, this black cable here, and it's been bolted into the chassis of the van, so that is creating the earth connection. And we're doing another one up here with a thick, even thicker cable.
Battery cables for all the lugs to build these cables, and I've also got a crimper thingamajiggy because it's such big thick cables and such big lugs, I actually need a proper tool to do that. As you can see, I've taken the paint off, so you get a good connection. I've done 2 earths. I don't think I need to do that, but that's for the Orion, the DC to DC, and this one is going to go to the Victron distributor.
And the second earthing wire is attached to the chassis. There it is, big boy.
Big boy? Oh no.
What?
Missing a washer.
Is that because you took it off? Oh, it's because it fell off. I heard something and I said, oh, I don't know what that was.
So we've got an earth in to the Lynx distributor. That's all secured. And we've just pulled all the 12 volt through so that these can get connected in here. This isn't the greatest of 12 volt consumer units, to be honest. It's another Saturday morning. So it's going to be going out with some friends. So I'm just really going to focus on the electrics. So it's probably the right time to do it, because put some music on and just focus. So really, where are we now? What am I going to be working on today? So today I'm going to finish off all the 12 volt connections. I'm also going to put in one of these. So probably go around about here. I'll figure it out as I go. Seemed quick, didn't it? That time lapse always seems quick. With ages. This is what we've done. So I've got all my 12 volt connections, so all my positives and all my negatives. So there's a layer under here, layer here, layer here, layer here. I've put all lugs on there, but I've also shrink wrapped kind of almost 2 layers of, kind of just for water protection and all that sort of stuff. You can see a slightly bigger cable here, slightly bigger cable there. That's actually, although it's still 12 volt, that's just for the fridge. That's what's going to be powering that. And this random colour here doesn't mean anything. It was just because it was a slightly thicker wire. This wire here is actually going to be for the Truma heater. I'm literally doing this step at a time because I can't be bothered to think about the bigger picture. So just working it out bit by bit, which is kind of working out. So on the Lynx distributor, I need, in fact, let's go back and let me explain. With the battery, obviously I'm not going to be using this battery. Although this is a leisure battery, it's only 100 amp hours. Oh god, that's a lie, it's only 70 amp hours, it's even worse. But I want about probably 320, maybe even over 400 amp hours, because I'm going to have an inverter in here. So the battery is probably going to be coming from here, probably most of the way up here. It probably will be a single battery. I don't think I'm going to join them up. I want to be able to obviously track the performance of the battery when it's installed, or even this one. So Victron provide these shunts. So you basically connect to the shunt. Some people do have these custom made copper pieces that kind of connect from here to here, but only Explorer.life seems to do them. And they're over in America, so it's going to take way too long. But I've done a bit of research, and basically I just need to use 4.0 wire, which is like 70mm wire. So what I've made is this, which is the connector point for the negative, which is basically going to go from here to here. Obviously I need to move that down a little bit, but that's the logic. It's actually that way. And then yeah, and then that would be the connector to the shunt. Right, it's end of day. I've done loads. Doesn't look like a lot, does it?
Looks good.
That's looking good. So what we've got so far: negative attached to the shunt, from the shunt here. So this is basically battery load, and then this is the rest of the load goes into the Lynx distributor. And then we've obviously also got earth to the chassis, and then we've also got the positive going through here, so we can basically switch it off and on. So that's the complete mains. So once that's off, it cuts everything out. Also on there I've got a 225 amp fuse right there, so in case it won't go bang. That goes through here, comes across, and then obviously the positive into the Lynx distributor. And then here you can basically power everything, just all the 12 volt connections. And then we're going to have the solar will also connect in here. The DC to DC will also connect in here. And then, have we got a fourth thing?
Where's your gerbo?
Or what?
Your gerbo.
Or what?
Serbo GX.
Oh, the serbo, the gerbo. That'll go in last. It's
Okay.
also got power from Lynx distributor here, plugged in, which goes into the shunt. And the shunt is basically going to give me, you know, amps that are going into the battery, yeah, how much it's charging, all that sort of stuff. So that's got power now, and then that as an output that goes to here. So now we just need to switch it on.
Oh my god. Is it going to explode?
I don't know.
No.
I hope not.
I have faith
That
in
shouldn't
you.
do. But it might not work.
Okay.
So, right, anticlimax it.
Anticlimax. Who's that?
Anticlimax.
Okay.
What am I switching on? I don't know what I'm switching on. So am I switching this
What
on?
will happen? See like flashing
Well, I guess this
green
in
lights
theory
or
should
something.
light up, but
And you should see lights on those blue things too.
God. Nothing.
Hey cows.
So what am I missing?
Hello.
Hello, baby.
My goodness. Oh god.
What's she doing?
She's on top of the
She's
door.
an idiot.
Oh goodness.
She's an actual idiot. I mean, there's nothing special going on here, so I mean that should be the easiest bit.
Unless it is the battery.
No, I don't think it is. I think the battery's got power.
Oh yeah, test. Yeah?
12.7.
Right.
So, worked out the problem. This fuse thing for some reason, I don't know why, but when you put it on there, and it just, yeah, no power going through it. It's not the fuse bit. It's obviously something to do with this connector over here, so I'll figure that out later, but for now I just skipped it. But yeah, full power on, everything's working as you'd expect. Just gonna update it, the shunt that is. But yeah, as you can see, lights are on, the switch is even working. Yeah, so that switch and that works. The max fan's working. But that's enough for tonight. It's sparking at me. I should have probably detached that from the battery first.
Do you want me to do anything?
Yeah, I'm not the cleverest person sometimes, trying to connect a wire to a live battery. There you go, that's me. All I'm doing here though is I'm doing the battery to battery charging cable. So basically by fitting this cable at the front of the starter battery, that cable now runs all the way through the van, all the way to the back, and will connect into the DC to DC charger. And that's what's going to allow the leisure battery at the back to basically charge when I'm driving the vehicle. It uses the alternator. Pretty cool stuff.
I don't know why I always do that when I touch a wire.
What?
I try and touch it to wait for the spark, almost like, you know, if that was 230 volt, you'd be dead anyway. So,
Would you? Would it kill you?
no, this wouldn't. It's only 12 volt.
No, but a 230 volt one.
Well, I mean, the answer is yeah. It would obviously kill you. But electric's weird, isn't it? Sometimes it like sucks you in, sometimes it pushes you out. It kind of depends. I've been lucky in the past. I've hit 230 volt and it pushes me off.
Hello, friend. Why does it sometimes do it then?
I've
Sometimes
no
not.
idea.
Someone tell us in the comments. I'm sure there must be a reason.
Act of God. Right, the DC to DC is now all plugged in. So we've got cable coming from the battery, cable grounded to the chassis of the van, and cable to the battery, which is going via the Lynx distributor. Negative cable is now in, So MPPT has now got everything wired in correctly, and now I'm just going to put it into the distributor. Now I'm ready to switch everything on.
The big switch on. Oh no. Oh yeah, that would help.
Oh yeah. And then this.
Oh yeah. Things happened.
Why did that happen?
I don't know. Is it not? Is it on or off?
That shouldn't happen. Why has that happened? Why has lights come on? I haven't switched anything on.
No, I don't know. Interesting. What? They just flashed on because they're getting charged. They're getting powered from something they shouldn't be.
How the hell are they getting power?
Turn it off again. And they're coming on when it's off.
Why is that happening? Oh God.
Turn it on again. Turn it to on. That.
Look.
Oh. Oh. It's not connected on the battery.
They're getting power from this.
But the lights are on.
Why is that happening?
Oh dear.
Why is that happening? Why is that happening? Why is that happening?
Was that just as soon as you put that green thing in?
Right, so to recap, what was complicating, or what we were struggling with here, is that when we plug in the Orion, just put this on, it's powering everything in 12 volt main, despite the main being off, which should be taking power from the leisure battery. But what's happening is when we plug the Orion in, it's taking the power from the front battery and providing it to the back. And we were just trying all the combinations, going, why is it doing that? Turns out...
You hope. Oh.
Oh no, it's fine. No, turns out I haven't changed it yet.
Oh, you haven't changed it.
Turns out,
I thought you had.
on the app, is acting as a power supply.
So yeah, there's power supply.
Right here.
And then go on then, change it.
And then what we want to do is make it a charger.
Yay, they went off.
Boom.
And now turn it on. Now this is the big switch on.
Oh, honestly, man, this is like quite stressful. So now we're going to switch it on. Yeah. Right, ready?
Yeah. Yay!
So that's all working. Ah, smart solar's working now.
Yay!
So smart solar's not on yet. So let me just update this first.
Okay. Oh yeah, flashes.
This is why this might blow up.
Okay, cool. What should happen? Should this change something? Oh, it should be bringing in wattage or something, should it? Voltage.
Yeah, I mean, it's meant to do something. Right, solar we're giving up on, because probably going to need to look into that more and it's getting late. So we are going to just go back to the Orion and start the engine and see what happens.
Okay, I'm going to start it.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's going. Hold it. Battery is charging with maximum current until absorption voltage is reached. Putting in 14.2 volts. Absorption charge. Cool. Good morning. Back at it again. It is now Saturday and it's bank holiday weekend, so that's pretty exciting. I'm just going to finish off the wiring and try and fix the solar panels. I say the solar panels. Trying to fix the fact that it doesn't seem to be charging the battery. There's a variation of things it could be, and I don't know if I'm going to figure them out. Oh yeah, I hadn't earthed it, so I'm going to try earthing it. That's a silly mistake.
A few moments later.
So I've taken off the solar panels from the roof because I couldn't get it working. Figured I must have a solar panel issue. Turns out the solar panels are fine. Used the multimeter thing and that showed that the solar panels are fine. Turns out, after all this, I'm not kidding, 6 hours? 6 hours. Trying to troubleshoot this solar problem. Turns out, when going into the isolator, I had these things. Kind of, you know, as you can see it there, look, on that one. So I was tucking it behind that, but that was cutting the power off. So I've taken it out. Now, I'm going to check the multimeter. Volts are coming through. Unbelievable. So now I've got to put them all back on. So I've got one solar panel coming in, and I now have wattage. Yes! Now I'm going to get the rest of the panels back up. Soph's been sorting out the bit between the bed.
And it's the perfect length to fit behind that.
Look at that.
So the mattress will probably come up to just over this bit, but then the rest obviously will be
We've
held
definitely got to straighten this up.
in. Yeah.
Like, if you just hone that down,
It's just because it goes up slightly there.
like proper electric sander, get it straight. Good work.
I mean, I'm quite impressed with myself.
I think you should be very impressed with yourself, in fact. Look at that.
Yeah, I've actually been doing something today.
Yeah. So I've got a bit of a leak in the roof light, so I thought while I'm doing the solar panels, might as well sort that out. But look at the mess. Filth. Ugh. No idea where the leak is. Anyway, let's do it. It's all working now. 103 watts, which isn't too bad, considering it's quite overcast.
Well, it's not at the
beat
moment, but the sun's also over there and there's trees and stuff in the way.
Yeah. Electrics complete.
Apart from the inverter.
Oh yeah. 12 volt electrics complete.
Well, there you go, guys. End of another video. In the next episode, we're going to focus a bit on that divider that Soph's created and put up. We're also going to be looking at the skylight, fitting that worktop. We're also going to be trying to do the plumbing and fitting some more units. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit that like button. Did I just say that? Do all that stuff anyway. And I'll see you in the next one.